Let's go, baby. I'm gonna go share it real quick.
Sounds good. Da-na-na, da-na-na. We're waiting on the Facebook end. It always says like, "Oh, waiting for you to go live," but I guarantee we're already through. So, hey guys, what's going on? My name is Adam Carswell, and joined today by Matt Teifke on this next level pop up. And 'tis the season, football season, and we got a lot going on. There you go. I got some stuff upstairs. I got a Red Bull going right now. What do you got?
Go.
Just give us a quick rundown, where you tuned in from. I know who you are, but if anyone's tuning in for the first time right now, who's Matt Teifke? What's he up to?
Hey guys, I'm here in Austin, Texas, sporting the Celtics jersey, keeping it random today. I'm at my buddy's house. My buddy's a chef, and he's in there cooking all kinds of crazy stuff and whipping up these drinks. So it's really fun to be here. I'm excited, man. Super Bowl Sunday, like you said, dun-a-nut, dun-a-nut.
I'm trying to pull up my Tom Brady background. So we got to hear it though. I mean, how you feel? Who you got today?
Man, so here you'll probably like this, being a sports fan. I like to watch greatness, and I'm literally rooting for everybody, because I like to see people succeed and people that have put in the work. So, I love seeing Mahomes do his thing, and Brady's the GOAT. Back whenever I was watching Steph Curry versus LeBron, I'm rooting on both sides, on both sides of the court. And people are like, what the hell are you doing, man? But I just like watching athletes go perform. This is a really tricky one, because I give Brady the GOAT status, but
right.
if I had to pick, man, I gotta say Mahomes. Mahomes is gonna take it.
So you think Kansas City will win it today? That's like, if you had to pick one.
If I had to pick, I'd take Kansas City. That's a hard one, because I call Brady the GOAT. So how can I go against the GOAT? But I don't know. If anyone's gonna be I would say if anyone's gonna be the new GOAT, it would be Mahomes. But he's got a long way to go.
Right. I agree, man. I'm trying to. This is getting to be too much work. I'm trying to find like a Tom Brady wallpaper, but everything I click on Google Images takes me to a website where you got to give them your email. And I was just like, I don't feel like doing that right now. So, yeah, I'm with you. I'm happy you said that though. You're watching it for purely to enjoy the greatness, because I remember even when we first met and I had you on Dream Chasers, something about Kobe Bryant. You're like, man, I'm like Kobe, man. I just want to be like Kobe, just in the gym working when no one else is working. And to hear you say it again, staying consistent in how much you appreciate greatness. You said LeBron versus Steph. Actually, when that means he would have been in Cleveland when you were rooting for him there. So I'll be with you on the fact that I was probably cheering for him at that point. I do look at everything that he's accomplished now, and it's just like, why? Because as a Cleveland fan, well, I guess not all of us, but for me, it's just kind of like. Anyways, we're talking Super Bowl today, so Tom
Brady.
Talking.
Well, you have to show one.
All right, look at this. They brought me one of these. Look at this, dude. Salmon and crackers and some kind of cream cheese.
Looking
Thank
good.
Dill.
Going on Super Bowl Sunday, baby.
Yeah. So what's the general consensus of the house? Because I do feel like most people do want Kansas City to win right now. I feel like Kansas City is probably is America's favorite. Is that how it is over there at the party you're at?
Yeah, and I was at church this morning, and it was the same thing. But I think I don't know if this is true or not, but it seems like there might be a divide in the generations. Like, the older people want to see Brady do it. The young gunners want to see Mahomes. But I don't know, man. What are you seeing?
I could definitely. Well, I definitely feel like way more people want Kansas City to win, and that's because everyone's kind of tired of seeing Tom Brady win and win and win. But this is the thing, and I know you've been paying attention to this and actually I would want to know your opinion too. If he wins, which is 7 rings, one thing that I love about that is that's one person having more rings than the entire Pittsburgh Steelers franchise. Being a Cleveland fan, tired of hearing the 6 rings talk. So that'd be funny because I know they don't want him to win for that reason. But no, I mean, if he wins, that's 7 rings. Jordan had 6. The cool thing about Jordan is he was 6 for 6. people like to every now and then like critique that, whatever, say that, it wasn't as competitive when he played, where keeping in mind still when Jordan was playing, that was the highest level of competition at the time, comparatively speaking. So whenever that argument comes up, it's like, come on, think. But anyways, so if Brady wins 7, I know Lance Armstrong won like 6, right? Bill Russell won. You're wearing the Celtics jersey. Yeah, it's a Bill Russell connection. But that was, in the 1960s or 70s. Not to discredit it, but no one really knows what the league was like back then when you compare it. So for this era, for Brady to win 7 in a major American sport is just crazy. Actually, the NFL is the number one from a revenue perspective. Like, it makes the most money out of any other professional league in the entire world every year. So I guess what I'm getting at is for him to win 7 is insane. Like, that no one has ever even done that in any generation, as far as we know. So does this make him the ultimate GOAT? Does this potentially put him ahead of Jordan or like anyone else that someone else is going to compare him to?
All right. Well, hold on. Let me just think about this. Well, the thing is, he's not even done, right? I mean, shoot, man, he might be back next year. I got a stat. You may have heard this. Did you know that Brady's percentage of appearing in the Super Bowl compared to his, entire career is higher than Steph Curry's 3-point percentage? I mean, dude, that's insane.
What was the actual
here's
percentage on that? That's crazy. That is crazy.
I think he's like 58%.
Jeez.
So, he's been in the Super Bowl 10 times. Let me ask you this, though. And maybe this is my perception, but why is it that, like, I feel like Brady still doesn't get the credit? Like, he's the GOAT, right? The guy's got 6 rings, and he's the underdog tonight. Like, what the heck is it, man? I don't understand.
Yeah, dude, you're so
Like,
right. When
you know what I mean? Like he had to get all those rings. He had to get that last ring for people to finally say he's the GOAT. And like, I still feel like he gets disrespected. I really do.
He does. I finally got a Brady background here.
There he is, TP12.
That's a fantastic point. I mean, I was just scrolling through my Instagram real quick today, and I saw Aaron Rodgers won MVP, which, from a statistics standpoint, I guess, he probably put up some fantastic numbers. And over the past, you've probably seen this over the past like 5 or 6 years. It's not like Brady's been throwing for 400 yards a game every week or anything crazy like that, but he's winning. So that's the thing. So for Brady to not win MVP this year, I was kind of like, wow, what? Like, he just came on a team at age 42 and brought a team that was not in the playoffs. Granted, they have some really good players that joined, but like, just brought a team from nowhere to the Super Bowl at age 42 and doesn't get the MVP. How could you say that person is not the most valuable person to have on your team? I think anyone in the league would take Brady over Rodgers if they needed to get to the Super Bowl, right? Like,
that's a good point, dude. I mean, I really never thought about that until you said that. But yeah, that's even more to my point. Not only does he come and take you to the Super Bowl, but he recruits other players to come. I mean,
right.
that's a most valuable player to the team, right? That's super interesting.
And that is where, like, in certain regards, I feel like when you look at like LeBron, for example, you do kind of have to give credit for stuff like that. Like, you bring in like AD, and I mean, you look at, I'd say last year, I'd be like, dude, there's so many teams that could have beat LA. You gotta go.
No, they just keep bringing me food, man.
Okay.
I'm like, I got some good friends.
Nice. No, I definitely feel like last year there could have been so many teams that I know we're shifting gears here a little bit, that could have beat LA, but it was just like kind of the way it all happened. It didn't line up. Like, the fact that Kawhi didn't get to square up against LeBron is pretty big. But I feel like if you do look at the NBA now, and I haven't really been paying attention to it as much this year, but is there any team that you would say out there that could really like take down the Lakers at this point? Not to get too far off topic.
I haven't been following. I guess off the top of my head, it'd be Brooklyn, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So that is kind of crazy. That does show in certain regards definitely how good LeBron is. Like, anyways. Yeah, Brooklyn.
It's
So
but like Brady's not a big talker, right? Like he never really
right,
comes out, and I don't think he says he's the GOAT.
right.
But you know that he thinks that, and he knows he's better than Mahomes. You know, he's got that fire. And that's another thing that I love about him is like, dude, I never seen somebody get so fired up as he does on the sidelines. Like when things aren't going right, he's going nuts. And that's the same as Saban, right? Like
Yeah,
that's the greatness characteristic. And Alabama, in a lot of ways, in my opinion, is similar because there's some teams like when I think about Miami back in the day, like they were the best, but they were pretty cocky about it, right? Uh, Bama's the best, but they don't get cocky. Like they
yeah,
don't celebrate. They put their head down and they go and they win, and that's what I respect about them. Everyone that like wants to hate on Bama, they just do the work, and
yeah.
they don't even talk about it. And I think Brady's the same way.
I
Jordan would say he's the best, and that's cool, and he was, but Brady doesn't. You know,
yeah. Would Jordan say that he was the greatest of all time?
I think so. Maybe not.
Yeah,
Maybe
Muhammad
not. I feel
Ali.
Muhammad Ali. Yeah,
But no, you're right. Yeah, Brady's so humble, and definitely admire that. Anyone who's that good, who isn't talking about how they are the best, is that credibility goes through the roof, like you're saying. And I love that you're highlighting Bama. Honestly, I still have a ton of respect for the New England Patriots franchise, again, because I know everyone hates them, but that's still a franchise that has like cultivated how to win. Obviously, they didn't make the playoffs this year, and I think everyone could see that maybe Cam Newton was a little bit of a gamble, which they still almost made it in. But yeah, Bama, growing up in Ohio State is definitely a culture where, I was thinking
yep.
about it the other day. As an Ohio State fan, we haven't won as many as Bama, but you just grow up thinking like, okay, yeah, like Saturday we're gonna win today. Or I don't know where that culture like first started, but once you can cultivate that winning mindset, man, I can't help but gravitate towards it. That's why I love Brady. Like you said, I love Saban and Bama. And Nick Saban, I think he played or used to coach at Kent State too, which is in Ohio, which is kind of cool. I can't stand him, but I do have to give some credit to the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise because they do have like somewhat of a pretty solid recipe for like consistent success.
Yeah.
And then in baseball, you got like, I feel like the Giants, the Cardinals have been good. Obviously the Yankees, but they got the most money, so it's kind of like I don't know.
Yeah, baseball's interesting. Baseball's a little different in that
What
money
about
aspect
baseball?
of it.
Who's your like winning franchise of like as far as the winning culture? Who do you highlight aside from I'd say New York?
Outside of New York,
Yeah,
man, Boston's up there.
yeah,
Lately LA for sure. But Cardinals are a good one. I think Cardinals are, even though they don't win the Super Bowl or the World Series, like they're always up there
they
in
got the
a
culture now.
dominant.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, yeah, and back to Ohio State. I mean, they're the one team that I feel like you always know they can beat Bama. Like
right.
Bama's probably better, but Ohio State can take them much better chances than anybody else, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
They're up there with them.
So definitely, I could definitely keep going on some sports talk, but we do got about 10 minutes till kickoff. So any predictions predictions or projections for the game? It sounds like we both. Well, no, you're. Wait, did you pick a team? Did you say you think it's going to be Kansas City? I know you're playing in the middle.
Yeah, man, it's hard for me to say. If I had a gun to my head, I'm taking the Chiefs, but I don't want to go against the GOAT.
All
I
right.
I think what's going to happen is I think the Chiefs are going to come out hot quickly and
They
take the
came out
lead.
hot the last two games, I think. Well, I know against Cleveland they came out hot.
They're going to come out hot quickly, and Brady's, screw it, man. Why am I betting against the GOAT? Brady's winning this, man.
I saw a stat that this is crazy. Out of all of Brady's 10 Super Bowl appearances, his team has only scored 3 points in the first quarter. Did you see
Wow,
that?
wow. Wow.
So if Kansas City comes out hot, just remember that.
Yeah. I think there's going to be some trick plays though. That's my prediction, that there's going to be like 3 or 4 trick plays this game.
Okay, good prediction. I have a feeling. I do feel like it's going to be one that comes down to the wire. I'm going for Brady.
Yeah.
But I do see it being like a less than 7-point finish. I think that's the only prediction I can have outside of who I think is going to win. As far as like players stand out, I mean, who do you think would win the MVP? Unless it's something like where didn't Julian Edelman win it the last time Brady won just because he just had an insane game?
I can't
But
remember.
when they came back on Atlanta. I think Edelman did, but I really would want Brady to hopefully win and get the MVP of the game because the fact that Aaron Rodgers just won MVP was kind of like, what? So,
Dude, there's something to that though. Like that's the point of the talk is like, why is it that he's perceived that way? Why the hell would Rodgers get the MVP? I know he had a great season, but like Brady went to a brand new team and he's in the Super Bowl. Rodgers is watching from home, you know?
That's right. I think they just felt bad for Rodgers because they don't know how many years he's got left and he didn't make it again. Just like everyone, I feel like everyone feels bad for Drew Brees too. Like it sucks. Like I want Drew Brees to win another one, but not right now, right? Like I want to see Brady win another one first. So,
yeah. What do you got on, man? I like what you're wearing. That's cool.
Nikki got this for me for Christmas. It's a Belgian label, design label. I'm not good at talking like designer stuff, but I know that I like the designs. The name of the artist is Stromae, and his most popular song is probably Papa Ute, which was on like FIFA 2016 or 2015 or something like that. But yeah, it's from Belgium.
That's cool.
Got it for Christmas, and yeah, always trying to find stuff that no one else has.
Same here, baby.
Yeah, there you go. So I guess this will be, I could say this is for Kansas City or for Tampa Bay. I'll say I've got my Tampa Bay colors on today. Wishing that the Brownies were in this game. I look back at, over the years, we have like these moments as Browns fans, and I don't know if you've ever heard anyone from Cleveland talk about it, but just like the drive, like John Elway went 99 yards on the Browns back in the 90s, and like there's all these like just moments that happen as Cleveland fans where you just look back, you're like, we were so close. And then I think the one thing, especially if we somehow go back to being like the Browns and we don't make the playoffs for like at least another 5 years, everyone's going to be talking about, I don't know if you remember this, everyone's going to be talking about when, I don't even remember who it was, one of our receivers or tight ends dove for the end zone for the touchdown and fumbled it like on the inch marker into the end zone for a touchback. Did you see that?
I did not, man.
Dude, I mean, because we lost to them by 5 and we were this close to a touchdown, but he fumbles it into the end zone and it's a touchback. So we definitely gave Kansas City a better run than Buffalo. And then the guy, Chad Henne, had like the 18-yard scramble on 4th and whatever, something like that. So anyways, I won't complain too much as a Cleveland fan. We are happy that at least the fact that we destroyed Pittsburgh in the playoffs, when actually the last time we were in the playoffs, we faced Pittsburgh with Tim Couch as our quarterback and they beat us. So it's kind of cool to have that finally come back.
Yeah.
Hopefully it stays that way. Just I know Buffalo fans hope that Patriots are terrible for years to come, just as much as we hope that Pittsburgh can't beat us for years. So we'll see what happens. But I would say don't underestimate New England next year. I know everyone likes to like hate on them right now, and I'm definitely a Browns fan before anyone else. But again, just appreciate the excellence. Belichick is the dude knows how to win. Like I know we don't have Brady, but I just feel like their culture, they know how to win, and they have the most humble players ever. Like no one's around stupid. So yeah. All right. It's almost kickoff time. I know you got to roll.
Hey, you know who my boy is though? I don't know if I've ever told you this. One of the biggest underdogs. I'm very proud he got comeback player of the year. Alex Smith, man. Alex Smith. I love it.
Yeah.
I love Alex Smith. That's my guy.
Yep. And he was there before Mahomes.
Yeah.
They did a great job. They did a great job highlighting his like story too. Did you watch any of that stuff?
I did. Yeah, dude. He's got I could go on and on. I mean, when he was in San Francisco, there was that one year they were 13-3 and he got injured and Kaepernick came in and took him to the Super Bowl.
Oh shoot. That's right. Yeah.
And I was like, that was Alex's Super Bowl, man. And the year before, I don't know if you remember this, but they were playing the Giants. And literally, they had a kick returner, Kyle Williams. And he was in because Ted Ginn was out. And Williams fumbled the punt and the kickoff, and the Giants ended up winning. He fumbled these, like both of these, in the last like 3 or 4 minutes.
Oh,
And
man.
then the Giants won, and then they went to beat the Patriots. But in my mind, that was Alex's year to win the Super Bowl and the next year, and he could have had a totally different career. You know, he was the first round, first pick, and he obviously went to the worst team in the league and had a hard time for 4 or 5 years, and then finally had it going, and some things went wrong. But I think he's like really underrated.
Dang. I forgot about the San Francisco journey that he had. And then when he went to Kansas City, he had like 1 or 2 pretty good years. Like they made the playoffs from what I remember.
They did. Yeah, he went like I think he was like 13-3 in his first year, and they were the worst team in the league before that.
Because remember, I remember he got traded to Washington, and then that's when they were like, here, like the rise of Mahomes, and everyone's kind of scratching their head because they're like, dude, we just traded Alex Smith. You got to see why. It was like when Green Bay kind of pulled the plug on Brett Favre early, and then all of a sudden Aaron Rodgers. I see the similarities with like Rodgers and Mahomes. Maybe it's because they're both working for State Farm now too. I don't know, but yeah. I mean, am I right though? We got kickoff in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, man. Let's get after it. This is fun. All right,
cool.
I got to go. I'm taking the goat. You heard it here.
Yeah, same. All right, guys. That's Matt Teifke. I'm Adam Carswell. We'll catch you in another Next Level pop-up some other time. Thank you for joining us on the Super Bowl 55, right? Pre-game chat.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Peace. Later.